104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE. Good morning.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's your second Monday of the month. It's Tuesday. It's July 30th of 2024, and it's 6 o'clock on the dot with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. Happy Tuesday, friends.
Yeah. Does anybody like Tuesday? I feel like Tuesday is the worst.
No, not at
I used to
all.
think Monday, but then Monday you can get back and talk to your friends.
At
about
least you have an excuse to
weekend.
not like Monday.
Yeah, it's supposed
Tuesday.
to be a bad day, right?
Right, and the reason I always say Tuesday is the second Monday is because on Monday, to your point, Eric, you're like, oh, I'm dragging from the weekend is the case of the Mondays. You have an excuse. On Tuesday, it's like real buttoned up. Like, you better not have an excuse. There's no excuse. You already sloughed off the lazy day. Let's get to work. Let's go.
You can't really go out and drink too much, or even go to concerts and stuff. You can,
Concerts
but
on Tuesdays ruin me because what's
then
her
you're
name?
set back the whole.
Oh, yeah,
week.
no.
Olivia Rodrigo was here on a Tuesday night, and I just
That's one thing I never
God,
understood.
ruined my week. I was dragging.
As an artist, you say you're like a megastar. You want to make the maximum amount of sales with merchandise. You are going to have a bigger crowd if you play a city like Houston on the weekend. You're going to sell more
But I think
stuff.
that they can't plan
Logistics.
a weekend for every
Oh, I
single
know.
place. Like Taylor Swift only did that for Eras because she's doing 3 shows in a row in
It's
every
like,
single
when is
city.
the venue available?
But she's smart doing it that way.
Yeah, because everyone's like, yes.
Well, everything
Eras,
about
we're
that
gonna be
woman
here
is
all
smart.
night.
I think Dave Matthews did that for their
Well-
tours in the summertime. They always did weekends.
But they also did summer times, which wasn't always
Yeah.
proving to be smart in cities like here.
That was like the greatest story of all time when I worked at KRBE and I was just, I was really new to the business. I'd just gotten out of college and Dave Matthews was big and we took an entire bus full of KRBE listeners to Dallas. The promotion was called Dinner with Dave Matthews in Dallas in a Diner. There was
That's a
no
lot of-
diner.
That's really wordy.
Yeah, it was a big,
That's cool.
It was a big T-shirt. So we had this
Dinner
whole
with
group
Dave's
of
in a diner.
What was the font on that? 9?
Oh, yeah,
a
exactly.
lot.
We had this whole big group of people, and the first thing everybody is, and I was the chaperone. They're like, can we get something to put in our cooler? I'm like, hey, get whatever you want. We pulled off, and as soon as we got out of Houston, everybody went in and loaded up with their booze. Everybody gets to the concert in Dallas. We go backstage to meet Dave Matthews. Dave is baked out of his mind. He's got a big mustard stain on his T-shirt. He's got mustard on his face. But he immediately starts striking up a conversation with one very attractive young lady that was on our bus. And we kept telling her, you've got to come back with us. You got to come back with us. She did not come back with us.
Ooh.
She went with Dave Matthews.
Nice.
And I don't know what happened to her after that.
But do you guys have to ever sign something?
Oh, everybody, you sign,
Yeah,
of
like a
course.
waiver.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of
We're not
course.
telling
Legally
accountable.
behind, right.
Something happens to you?
I mean, we
Exactly.
waited and waited and waited, and then I went and found out. I'm like, yeah, she's in Dave's dressing room. And I'm like, no, I guess we're going to go then.
I remember I worked at Classic Rock in Dallas, and during the rodeo, they had ZZ Top, 2001 or something. And we took a bus down here, and 4 people didn't come back because they were in jail.
Oh, my
arrested.
God.
Oh, my
why?
gosh.
Our station was called The Bone. It was
Bone.
it was just
What
a
does that have
bunch
to do
of
with getting arrested? What they do?
the type of people that you would see that would, you wouldn't be surprised.
Hippie rock.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me.
Yeah, just a bunch of guys that they're looking for fights.
Oh, I don't like that.
They
I don't
probably
even
came
wanna
down
be
here and
around
wore
that.
their cowboy gear and wanted to make sure everyone knew it. I
Have you
guess. I don't
seen
know.
that, because Dusty Hill sadly passed away. It's been a couple years now.
From ZZ Top?
Yeah, but they hired his guitar tech, his bass tech, to replace him. This guy named Elwood Francis.
That's cool.
And he's got the big beard just like Dusty had, so it matches. He has this now 17-string bass that he plays on stage, and he said he brought it out as a joke, but now people expect him to play it every time. He goes, this thing is really not easy to play.
It's heavy. 17 strings.
It's huge.
I never have to look at this thing.
Yeah, check it out.
I'm
Google
trying to
it.
get my kids to learn how to play guitar. I'm trying to convince them that they will not regret learning how to play the guitar. Can you just play the guitar? It looks really fun. Anywhere you are, you bring out a guitar, people are smiling. Learn how to play the guitar.
Sometimes I feel like the ones that are into it, that's all they do. Their fingers are cut. They're in their bedrooms. Like my cousin, he left Illinois when he was 18, moved to Austin. He still plays in his band. Mm-hmm. Weirdest name, the Frank Mustard Project. He changed his name to Frank Mustard, and he got
Frank
more business.
Mustard.
The Frank Mustard?
I don't know why.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Because his name's Jeff, and people call him Jeff, and his last name's Rowe.
Rowe.
So when he used to work with, what was the guy you like?
Oh, Junior Brown.
He worked on Junior Brown. He's one of his guitarists, and Junior Brown would be like, on guitar, Jeff Rowe, and they think he's Jeff Rowe.
Oh, or Jethro.
Oh.
Jethro. They think
Jethro.
Jethro. So the whole crowd, like,
Jethro.
Hey, Jethro.
we all saw him in Chicago
The
playing
first
House of
name.
Blues there, and it was Jethro. I'm like,
Oh, that's funny.
doesn't work.
My gosh.
Not good for branding.
But you were talking about like relatives that played. There was a guy that I went to high school with. Now, the band Leonard Skinner, I don't know if you know the history of that Southern rock band. Most of them died in a plane crash in the 70s, but they resurrected. Different family members came in, and they're still touring and everything.
I had no
out
idea
there.
most of them were dead. I had
No, I didn't know that either.
None.
Yeah,
But the main singer,
See how
The main
Alabama
singer.
plays in a bar somewhere? I'm like, yeah, great.
Well,
Those guys are
the
still out
lead
there.
singer's brother
took over,
and he sounds just like him. But one of the guitar players is the guy I went to high school with, so he was like a replacement guitar player because I think they've had so
no,
many.
they just do plug and play. No
Yeah.
one cares. Just give them the hits.
Yeah.
It's like here. As long as they hear the Roses, they'll be like, oh, all right. Eric's not there. Big deal. We want to hear Carnage.
Sometimes you're busy, you're coordinating
mean?
behind the scenes, you're not on that, but you know.
But you know what I mean? Like anybody, they want to hear the hits.
It's not about you. It's about that.
Get
The key is to be the
chorus,
singer.
Don't bore
The key is
us.
you got to be a singer of a band.
Yep.
Right.
Then you can tour. You don't need those guys.
They're the ones.
That's all you
But
can
then
think
there's
of.
some like you see these like state fairs, these small like little shows out in the middle of nowhere, and there's like one guy from the original lineup. They're still using the band name.
Yesterday, I had a meeting with Prize Picks. That's that app that I talked about a few months ago
For gambling on sports.
Well, it's not gambling. It's just, you're picking more or less. There's certain terms you can use
Oh, I got you.
on it. So somebody has, I'm going to put this on the Prize Picks. Place our bets how many times Roula's going to say the wrong number.
Yeah.
Oh,
Instead of
yeah.
833.
I
So
saw that.
more or less, do you think she'll say it? This person says 4 times.
For those that are new 6 o'clockers, our area code changed over the summer. It's 833, not 832, not 713. It is 833-390-KRB. It's a toll-free number now for our listeners around the world. And
You were on fire yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I put the more or less at, I'll say 5.
I'm going to say less because I think she's
So I'm
going
going
to
to
be
say, but that's the
cognizant.
line where you have to pick more or less. I think 5's a good number.
And
But now you're thinking about it, so now you're
Right.
going to.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that text. I was like, oh, yeah, it's a new area code.
She's hyper-focused now, so.
But that's okay. She'll let her guard down.
I'll go right
She'll
back
get
into
comfortable.
it. Muscle memory.
So I say 5. What do you guys say? More or less than 5?
I say less than
Less.
Less.
All right. We all lock it in
Okay.
for less.
I'll say more.
Yes.
Just kidding.
Yeah, she'll bet. She fixed
We should
it.
all
And then I'll throw
plop
it.
money in a pot.
Oh, yeah. You got to start putting dollars for every time you say it wrong. And then we all bet, and we get the pot.
Oh, I like that.
I
Yeah.
meant
Breakfast
money, not the
tacos.
pot, but like
Yeah.
money.
Kevin, your
Oh,
eyes
yeah.
are
Brisket
He got
tacos.
excited there for a second.
Food. I'm cool with food as well.
Brisket tacos. Yummy.
You want to know, are we going to bring the mystery box back? Yeah, we'll bring that back probably in August.
Mm-hmm.
I always think of August as like a new season of the Roula and Ryan show. That's in my head how
Yeah,
my producers,
school's back, and
it's like just people, it's a fresh new start for a lot of people.
We go by the school year, not the January 1st
Yeah.
new year.
I feel like August is like the beginning of pretty much everyone's back.
yeah, a lot of
Right,
people leave in the
mid-August.
summer because they're not taking the kids to school or they're on vacation, and then fall comes around and hey, we're here.
Or their boss is on vacation, so they don't have to be in at 7
Early
o'clock.
enough.
They can be in like 8.
Like next week, I feel like you're going to lose a whole chunk of people that are going for a last ditch vacation
Oh yeah,
before it gets back to the grind. So we'll see.
You
how
say
that
Jules
works
is
out.
your best friend?
Yeah,
Teacher,
she's
she's
going
back?
back to school on Thursday. And then the kids don't come back until like a week and a half.
Yeah, she's a high school teacher, or elementary,
Yes,
middle
high
school.
school.
and she's in one of the big districts.
Yes.
Okay.
So, yeah, Thursday. Poor thing.
And what is she doing on Thursday? Got to just go in there and like decorate a room or something? Or?
I think so. Oh, that reminds me. I need to go and help her. She bought a stand-up desk, like one of those like.
Oh, that's cool.
And so she needs a Jeep so we can take it to
Wait a
work.
second. Teachers now supply their own desks?
She has a desk, like a normal desk, but you're not allowed to sit because of the
Rules now.
rules.
Mr.
And yeah.
Mike
Well,
Miles.
So
When
how
they're
are
doing a
you
test?
supposed to be writing if you can't sit as a teacher?
Are you supposed to do like
Ridiculous.
during a test, you have to stand up and watch them take
Yes,
a test?
she has to stand the whole entire time. The
So
whole
then
entire
what
time.
happens to the desk? I mean, does she get the same classroom every year as her
Yes,
classroom?
it's her
It does
classroom.
not change.
Correct.
Okay, well, at least she has that.
Yeah, so
She's not
she'll
floating,
have
not knowing where she's going to be.
that desk, and then she has one of those stand-up desks, so that when she has to write, she doesn't have to bend over all awkwardly because she can't
Oh, yeah,
sit.
that little desk.
Oh, poor
I saw
thing.
some of the schools' parking lots. Like my kids know, obviously they can see their teachers if they're getting in and out of their car. We were driving by school the other day, and so and so was there because probably they, if I was a teacher and I was here, and let's say I wanted to travel a couple days next week, I'd probably go like this week. I don't know what the allowances are with the properties, but I'd be like, okay, I have to go decorate the room whenever I can in my free time. That's like a thing.
Yeah, but high school, do they decorate it?
Yeah, she has it decorated, but the thing is, a lot of times the school's locked. Like she wanted to go up the other day for her office to put her desk in, but it's locked. So it's all just about like the security guard and what time they're actually there.
You should be able to have like a master key or something, or like a key card that lets them in.
Yeah, then some kid will steal it.
Yeah,
and then go in
and
there
also
and take the test.
why would teachers really need access
Yeah, they don't want to be there
during
during
summertime in a sense? Like I understand, like now, like this week would be fine because you're going to class.
Yeah, she doesn't
Thursday.
want to carry a desk in front of everybody.
Right, no. And she can't carry that by herself. Like, I need to go
Yeah.
and help her.
It's like that Costco desk. Seen that? Up and
What
down.
day is she putting
I know.
it
I
in?
was going to give her one.
What day is she?
Yeah, what day are you guys doing that?
I don't know. That's a great question. I'll text her. I think she's still sleeping.
Probably should be. Today on the Roula and Ryan Show, 7 o'clock.
know.
We have a big concert announcement. Oh,
Ooh, it's
who
a
is
biggie.
it? Who is it? And how can you get the tickets? We'll give you more details on that. And something interesting about the Olympics that has not happened for the USA yet. I don't think anybody noticed it hasn't happened yet, but we're waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting. We'll see. Talk about that in Scoop. Here's your weather for today.
Okay, so we're going to get sunshine, and we've been long overdue for this, but guess what else we're going to be getting? There's more of that Sahara dust on the way. And that's going to be in the Houston area through Thursday. That's not fun
Hot,
for
humid, and
allergy.
dusty.
The only person happy is the car
Sufferers.
wash owners.
Yeah. Or the
Yeah.
people that sell Claritin. It's really rough. But it's going to be a high of 93 today. Right now, 79 degrees and 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
From Hollywood to H-Town
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
on KRVE.
7 o'clock this morning. Oh, by the way, Scoop is brought to you by Taqueria Arandas. 7 o'clock this morning, we're going to give you a chance to do something fabulous. It's a big concert announcement, and then we'll tell you how to score tickets. It's going to be a really big show coming to Houston. All I can tell you is that this show is not that far away from the announcement.
Oh, we want to tell you so bad.
We announced
It's a biggie.
today, and it's not like the show is going to be like, well, in about 15 months, this artist is coming to town. No,
Oh, that's the worst. Have you ever had that situation where it's like,
we gave away Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil tickets 2 years out.
no, I remember that. But I was going
2
to
years out.
ask
I was
you
like, wow.
if you've ever bought tickets. Like, I've bought tickets to something and I knew it was like well over a year away. And then as I get closer to the show, I got to go back and look through all those old emails. I'm like, where the hell is that? You know, because you
Thank
buy your
God
tickets
everything is-
online.
Thank God everything's online now because I legit have lost concert tickets in my life when they were hard tickets still. And I'm scrambling all over my place like, where are my tickets? Where are my tickets?
I mean, if you've got that Live Nation app, or Ticketmaster app, it's just all in there.
Easier to find, yeah.
By the way, if anybody is an Astros fan and you download the ballpark app to get into the ballpark, they do this new, they've been doing this for a while this season. It's not new yesterday or anything, but you put your picture in the app, and when you just walk up to the
facial recognition.
yeah, you just walk in. So it's a different face every time, thank goodness. Because the first time I did it, I don't think I was really ready to smile, so I looked stupid in it. And I was like, okay. And as you approach Minute Maid Park, the screen pops up your face. And everybody can see it. And I was like, oh, God, I look stupid there. So then the second time I did it, when I went to the next game, I was like, all right, let me make sure I get this in order.
Yeah,
When's
like,
this
let me
camera about to
smile
snap
good.
this picture? Because I'm thinking I'm opening it and then I'll like pose. No, it's more like, okay, boom, boom. It's like boom, boom, zoom. You've gotten your picture taken. And I was like, well, everyone's going to see that one too. So if you're going to do the facial recognition at Minute Maid Park, just be ready for
I don't
the
think
smile.
anybody's really
Just be ready for
stating
the
that
smile.
everybody's in a good mood for the game. Oh, you see her picture? Nobody's
But
doing
you
that.
see it. Like I'm just saying, I don't care what anybody else thinks. It's what you
I
think.
did that at amusement parks.
You know what I mean? Like, well, that's different. You,
I was looking
because you
at
know where the
people's
camera
funny
is.
faces.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, that's always
When
fun.
people don't know, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Ah," they're-
Yeah.
and double chins. And
I think it's more fun when you don't know where the camera is and you're scared in those post pics.
I remember years ago, my son flipped off the camera.
You both did.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, dad, son moment. He was
That was-
14 at the time. It
that
wasn't
was
like he
funny.
was 4.
The USA yesterday had a huge day in gymnastics. Asher Hong from Tomball, Texas is now a bronze medal-winning gymnast at the Olympics. It was the first time in 16 years that our USA men's gymnastics team medaled at the Olympics. Paul Judah, Brody Malone, Asher Hong, Frederick Richard, and Steven Nedorosik. He was only there for the pommel horse. That was his only job. He had to be zone focused just for the pommel horse. That's the one job he had. He had to wait for 6 events, and it all came down to him. And he was perfection.
Is that the guy with the glasses, the Harry Potter glasses?
Amazing. And they call him Superman because they interviewed him later. And they're like, everyone's calling you Superman online because you have the glasses on. And they take them off.
He takes them off.
Beast on the pommel horse.
Yeah.
Y'all, it was so fun to watch that.
awesome.
And I love the fact that, okay, so they got the bronze. You see China and Japan getting gold and silver. And, you know, they're happy. They're clapping.
But we're rejoicing as if we won double gold.
Oh, my God. Like, when you see the Americans, how they're hugging, and they just seem like such a camaraderie. They're like, they really support each other. It just was it made you smile. It just made you smile watching those guys win.
After 3 days, the USA has 20 medals. Only 3 of them are gold, though. Yesterday, we did not clock 1 gold medal. Everyone's like, oh, Americans are going to get gold today. Americans are going to get gold. We're like, just give it a second.
But then it'll start piling on once more swimming, gymnastics.
Oh, yeah.
With Simone, and then track and field.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got silver and bronze yesterday in skateboarding, a silver and bronze in women's swimming, 2 bronze medals in men's swimming, a bronze in men's fencing. Of course, the men's gymnastics, we talked about them just getting the medal for bronze. The last time they won a bronze medal was 2008 Olympics in Beijing. Raj Bhavsar was on that team, and he came here to the radio station in 2009 as part of an event for something else, and we met him in real life. And I was like, oh my gosh, Raj. The thing is, all these gymnasts look so giant on television. I feel like they're like masses, but think about it. A gymnast has to be really petite. The more petite you are, the faster the better you can tumble and all that.
He might be 5'3".
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I
He's
feel
a
like
brick house.
Super
you know,
muscular.
you can't be like a 6'3" hoss.
He could hit a golf ball, though.
Yeah. How did you do an event with him?
No, we just hung out. Like, after here, we became friends for like 6 months. And then things fall off. Then he went and joined us, not a circus, but
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, he
was in
joined.
that. Now he's an actor.
Oh, wow, that's
I looked
so
him up
cool.
yesterday.
Yeah.
U.S. women's basketball won over Japan by 26 points, and that team has now won 56 games in a row, dating back to the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona.
Wow.
USA women's basketball.
I feel like
Let's go.
the men around the world are catching up to Americans in NBA types in basketball, but for females, no.
Just dominating.
Right.
They're just destroying everybody.
And most people yesterday on social media were like, I did not know that I needed Snoop Dogg to be my correspondent. I didn't know I needed this in my life, but I'm glad I have it. Because Snoop Dogg is the biggest USA cheerleader. He's commenting on lots of different events. Did you know badminton, you can win a gold medal for that? So badminton goes pretty fast when it's competitive in the Olympics. I mean, if you blink, you're going to miss a shot. And here's Snoop Dogg trying to give you the play-by-play of this badminton match.
Oh, I love this badminton right here. This is a great rally right here between China and the U.S. right here. As you see, it don't stop to the casket drop. They rocking and rolling, back and forth. Give me that. No, I need that. No, over here. No, over there. What about over there? No, what about there? No, give me that. I need that. That too. No, sit down somewhere. Get out. Wait a minute. Hold it. Way up in the sky. Now down. Back up. Over there. Now over here. Get out the way. Move. I told you we need that. That was a good point.
Snoop is great. I mean, you talk about a guy who constantly keeps himself relevant
that.
for the last 30 years.
It's 1994, and if someone told you, oh, yeah, this guy in 30 years is going to be one of the most iconic, loved people in the world, Nope. you'd be like, what? What's he?
Well,
I just remember
yeah.
him like in court. Remember he was about to go to jail for shooting, or did he go to jail?
He had some
Remember he was
criminal
in-
past.
Yeah, remember he was in court, and I remember watching that like in the early 90s.
94, somewhere around there.
Man, I
Hey, really kind of.
Yeah, remember he was.
Where did he come onto the scene? He came onto the scene like
He
in
didn't get arrested for
in
it, or go to jail
Dr.
for it.
Dre. Really, that was where he really broke big.
Him and Shaq. I never thought Shaq
Chronic.
either.
Yeah, those two
Man,
have
everybody
definitely.
loves Shaq.
And now I'm seeing Snoop for The Voice. That commercial looks so good.
I've not seen that commercial.
Have
Oh,
you
yeah, I
seen-
did see that commercial.
There
Yeah.
is a commercial that I paid attention to during the Olympics that I noticed it the second
Michael
time.
Bublé
And
and
today
Snoop.
there was a story about how people are so annoyed by this Google commercial. So in the commercial, it's a dad and his daughter, and she's looking up to an Olympian. And he says for Gemini to generate a letter from his daughter to Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. She's an Olympic track star. He's like, hey, Gemini, write a letter to Sydney from my daughter. And everyone's so mad. Like, why are you asking AI chatbot to write a letter for your kid? Let your kid genuinely write the letter to the Olympian she looks up to.
That's weird.
Yeah, you would think.
I've seen that commercial multiple times.
I saw one where
now.
it's like, yeah, call. It sounds like a breakup letter, but then the breakup letter is to like their competing service.
Oh, okay.
At first, because you're like, write a breakup letter to this, and they say stuff, and then you realize Gemini or whatever, Google, was it Google's? Was it Gemini Google?
Yeah.
Is sending it to like iPhone or something.
Oh, what about the Matthew
think-
McConaughey commercial? These are like Super Bowl commercials now. The Matthew McConaughey on the train, where there's like the bandits, like the Old West, where the train gets robbed. But it's two guys that come on kind of dressed like the rodeo cowboys that distract the bulls. And they're like, everybody give us your devices. And they're basically the dark web that steals your information.
Oh, how funny. I have
And so
not seen that
They want
one.
everybody's phones and tablets and all this stuff. And then
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey's in one of the other cabooses. And he's like, the cowboy, like he's going to save the day.
And what's he selling?
Not today, dark web. And it's about like
Security.
online security. I don't know the company though. But he's making some coin on that. He is.
Oh, yeah.
He's like that one actor who can do these A-list projects and still get away with doing so many commercials.
I don't even remember a movie he's been in the last. I mean, I know he's in Deadpool, but nobody would know that.
Right.
He just did the voice.
Right. His
Yeah, I
body's
doubt
probably
that's
not
him.
even in the.
No.
Also,
in
the
suit.
thing with Deadpool, since it's a celebrity scoop, I am so shocked that you can't see his mouth like move. You can kind of see that he opens his mouth, Deadpool, but like,
Through his
you know
mask.
how the mask, wouldn't you expect it to go in his mouth?
Oh, yeah. Like,
Well, here's the deal, Sam.
You know what I mean?
It's
They-
not,
Does that
it's not a
make
morph
sense?
suit.
They-
It's actually a little higher tech than that.
It
Yeah.
has to be.
Higher end.
but they dub all that in post-production. So in
So
other
he's not
words,
talking during the movie?
I mean,
he has to talk.
I'm sure he's talking, but it probably sounds muffled. So they'll go back into post-production and they go into a sound recording studio because,
And then
they come up
overdo it.
with
You know
where
he
you
loves
get
that
the clean
mask
voice.
because then he doesn't have to put all the makeup on to have his face
Yeah,
look
for
like
the
that.
burns.
Any scene where Deadpool's not wearing his mask.
Hold on. He's in there?
Oh, he
behind
is.
that.
I was actually reading. He is
Except for the
in that.
dance.
A lot of it.
Is the big opening.
A lot of it.
That you see, it's all viral now that everyone's leaking the
Yeah.
opening bye scene.
Was that him dancing?
No.
No.
Okay, that was
But
somebody
they
else.
show the guy, the real guy,
Oh, really? I
out
haven't
of it,
gone
and
down
then
that
they
rabbit hole
have
yet.
the scene with the blue screen behind him.
Now, there are some shows where the
That's funny.
actor's really not in it. Like The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal is not in that costume. He just goes in and records his lines at the,
Which is good because then it's cheaper.
yeah.
Yeah. I always just feel
right.
like
If you
his
did both
mouth
lines
is going to
and
go
that,
in.
you have to pay him millions more.
Right. One more note. I had talked about this a couple weeks ago at some point that the Princess Leia gold bikini from Return of the Jedi was going up for auction. And I think the original number, if I remember, they thought it might go for $75,000 for the gold bikini.
Oh, it's gonna be
which is
more.
not really a whole bikini. It's like a gold top and these kind of like genie bottoms with like, they have like a bikini bottom that has like the shears attached to it. Anyway, if you've seen Return of the Jedi, you know what I'm talking about. It's when she was Jabba the Hutt's
It's iconic.
prisoner. It ended up selling for $175,000
What
for the
in
original
the
outfit
world?
that she was wearing. The auction also included a Y-wing model used on screen during the final battle of the original Star Wars, which now we call A New Hope. It's a miniature, and it sold for $1.6 million.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the third most expensive
That's
Star
a
Wars
wealthy
prop
nerd.
ever sold at auction.
Yeah, that nerd's been waiting their whole life.
To make all that money so you can blow it on that. To have so much money that $1.6 million doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have to have like
You have to like 7
you
to
have at
10
least-
million.
look, I bet you have to have 100 million.
20 million.
Yeah, I would think no matter how rich you
Yeah,
are,
'cause you don't wanna do
it's gonna
10%.
sting spending
Yeah,
that kind of money.
Even if you had 50 million somehow in your bank account, to spend $1 million just on a
50
bikini.
million? If you really want something, you spent 1.6, you think it's worth it.
a 50th of your income?
Yes.
Maybe a house or a car or something like, but a bikini.
Oh, right. Yeah, no.
That wasn't the bikini.
Or
No, it was the Y-wing fighter.
model.
Not even the X-wing
it's the-
fighter. It's the Y-wing. It's barely in the movie.
And by the way, it was 93 when Snoop Dogg was charged with first-degree murder.
Oh, okay.
After a member of a rival gang was shot and killed by Snoop's bodyguard. He was acquitted, though. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was right around that time. And
In 1990, you said?
93.
93, so over 30 years ago.
When
Wow.
Gin Juice and everything came, Snoop Dogg's.
Right.
When he became Snoop Dogg, that's when all this stuff happened. And look at him now.
Yep.
Look at him now.
Now he's going to be on The Voice with Michael Bublé and Gwen. I forget who the other one is. There's four. I can't remember who the fourth
Is
is.
it still Chance?
I didn't know that show was still on.
Of course it is.
I just don't watch. that.
We don't have any.
Yeah, I don't
definition
either.
now.
But I was watching the Olympics and I saw the commercial for it, and I'm like, oh, that'll be interesting.
We have to play some listener lines because yesterday was it 7 o'clock?
Yep.
Because we were talking about how Sam was upset with our star soccer player. She took her husband's name.
Right.
I don't know why Swanson. I don't know. I have no idea
Why that bothered you.
I wish she hyphened it. I just wish she hyphened it.
But nobody knows how to say it. That's probably why. Because look, we don't know if it's Pew.
Right,
Pa,
that's
or Pug.
true. Very
Good
true.
point.
So she's like Swanson. Everyone knows that.
That's
Yeah.
I'm
true.
Swanson.
I'm a TV
So
dinner.
if you've called the listener line at 713-278-VENT,
Oh,
you
am I
could be
gonna
the
get
star
hate?
of this
No,
next
no, no.
segment.
No,
These are people-
no,
'cause we
you're
asked,
not.
Did you
Oh, okay,
upgrade
good.
or downgrade
Oh,
your name when
phew.
you got married?
So we had some really funny name changes, and then somebody was trying to play on a call that we took live on the air and get a little stand-up act in there.
Dudek to Minish. Remember that
Oh,
one?
Yeah.
And I'll
And
tell you
then
that.
Sweat to Troll.
It does involve the Minish name.
Oh, the Minish. Okay. From start to finish.
Good
Can't go
Minch.
wrong with a Minish. Okay, let's see what the listener line has to say next on the Rule and Ryan Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check in with Roula and Ryan's listener line.
You have 912 messages.
Ew. Screw you, clown.
You are a know-it-all, know-nothing. Really?
104.1 KRB.
We are about 15 minutes away from our big concert announcement. If you're just waking up and you're just rubbing your eyes and trying to get your day started, a huge concert announcement at 7 o'clock.
I've never seen
and then
Sam
we'll
smile
tell you
so
when to
much.
get tickets for you.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Look at her.
It's a big one.
I'll give you a hint. We got tickets 3 times today for the concert we're going to announce.
And I'm going to win them all, suckers.
You're not allowed to win them because you work here, but you can give them away.
You by yourself?
yeah.
Go to the
I buy every single ticket
That's
just
what
so
I
I
do.
can have that one-on-one
The
experience.
one.
Still find a bikini from Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. I'd spend all the money just go to that one show.
Oh,
Or
yeah, buy
just
every
spend the
single
money to
seat.
have your own private concert with the artist wherever you want instead of buying every seat in
Oh,
the
yeah.
house. That's
That'd be
probably
cool just to
cheaper.
be in the middle. Just watch.
Yeah.
You hear
It's
about
just
these.
me and security.
You hear about these
That's
like
it.
billionaire princes that live overseas, and
And
then
bring them
they
in for like 5-10 million.
Forget the billionaire princess, honey. You know how many private companies in Houston, Texas are flying in Maroon 5 and all kinds of people here at Christmas? A lot. There are a lot of celebrities
Mardi
come in
Gras.
town over the holidays, and they do private performances for companies.
Yep.
A lot.
money is money.
Y'all go to listener line at 713-278-VENT if you've ever been to one of these fancy parties.
Yeah, that'd be really
We're like, "Oh, I got
interesting
that
to
big
hear.
shrimp cocktail and some Adam
Tell us
Levine
you
up
there.
on stage.
Yeah, there you
Brag
go.
about it.
Check in with your listener line calls
Before
often.
I get to all the name changes, because yesterday at 7 o'clock we did the,
Did you upgrade or downgrade when you got married when it came to your name
So we'll
change?
get to all those calls. But Eric, I played this for you, and I just started dying laughing because these little girls, one girl's trying to be sweet and compliment us, and then the other girl jumps on the line and tries to wreck her call. She's like, please don't
I don't know
play
if it's a
this.
sibling or a friend. You guys make the call.
I got to do this.
Okay, you guys are the best radio station, and I love you guys. Yeah, you know, clap your hands. Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry about that. Please don't air that.
Oh.
I'm sorry. My brother. Love your day, yeah, you know, and clap your hands. Say goodbye, bye.
What'd you say? If you're gay, do you have?
I don't know.
Gay, do you know it? Clap your hands.
I have no idea.
What?
Thank you, Ahmad. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to the name changes. Remember, Roula, from start to finish, nothing beats a Minish.
Right, because her last name was Dudek, and she married a Minish, and there was a slogan. So her dad was like, "I'll make a slogan too." So I remember Dudek and Minish. We
What
went
was the
from
Dudek
Sweat
one?
to Troll.
When he was up at the wedding.
Why not
What the
Dudek?
heck?
What the
Why
heck?
not Dudek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Oh,
Why not
that's right.
Dudek?
That's good.
From start to finish, can't beat a Minish. So what happened there?
Always got a comedian listening.
For the lady that got the last name Minish when she married into the Minish family, does that mean, like, if in the future she divorces, will she be diminished? I'm very sorry. I just had to get that out of me. I mean, it writes itself. Sorry about that, guys.
Blah, blah, blah.
Diminish.
Corny, lame, boo, tomato, I'm throwing tomato.
Oh man, but Sweat to Troll and back to Sweat again for Shannon.
Yes.
Let's get to another one. Here we go.
So my first name is Selena, and my maiden name is Rivera. I married a Gomez, which now my name is Selena Gomez. So I get that everywhere I go.
That's
She's
not
Selena
bad.
Gomez
Celebrity
now.
names. It's cool.
Yeah, but it gets annoying.
Yeah, I'm sure
I
it
would
does.
think.
It's like when you break your arm or you have something and people want to hear your story.
Selena
What happened?
Gomez is in Triage 3, guys.
Yeah, it's,
You go set her arm. Selena Gomez.
but you always got to tell people. Or what's it like having the same name? It's like
It's like when you're tall.
it's a name.
Extra tall. You're like, wow, you're tall.
It's a name.
How many
play
times a day people
basketball?
Yeah.
wow, you're tall. Did you ever play sports when you were younger? No, I didn't play basketball. Wow, you're tall. Like we just it's like word vomit as humans. We cannot not say what we're saying. You're tall. Her name's Selena Gomez. Julia Roberts, Jessica Biel.
Yeah, we got to bring that back sometime.
Yeah, you have a famous name.
Do you have a celebrity name?
Call us.
Jennifer Lopez's.
Then we can brag. We can make a whole. Did we do that? We recorded them?
Rolodex.
Like, hi, I'm Julia Roberts.
Oh, yeah, we did do that.
And we
I
played
listen to the
forgot
Roula and
about
Ryan show. Okay, some more name changes.
I only have one kid, and it was a high-risk pregnancy, and I didn't know if I'd ever have another kid. It was a girl. I named her after my father by taking our last name and his first initial and making Samara, which is A. Ramos, backwards. So that way when she gets married and she changes her last name, she's still a Ramos.
Okay, that wasn't a name change. He was just talking about, like,
I'm confused. What do you do again?
He
change.
took Ramos
And just
and
flipped it.
put an extra initial at the end. Like the first note he did backwards, so it's Samara.
So there'll always be a Ramos.
I like that name.
Yeah, it's actually kind of cool. Let's get to the real just name changes here. Here we go.
My maiden name was Fox, Fulks. My married name is Lewis. And to go even one step further, my great-grandmother's name was Fanny Raper.
Yeah.
Fanny Raper?
No. Goodness
Oh, my
No.
God.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Oh, no, I'm not touching
But it makes
that.
you think like over the years, like there's like gross as the last name, or you know what I mean. There's all these names that you're probably like, okay, somebody's gonna get teased over that name. Like there's that big dealership on 45.
I think you would.
The last name is Gay, and so I can only imagine the kids of that
back in the
family.
70s.
Absolutely.
Totally right.
I had a girl in my high school. Her name was Vajane. But think about how that's
Right.
spelled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So anyway,
Kids are mean.
Gotta
what
think
else
about
you got
these
on the
things,
listener
kids.
line there
right.
besides names?
Was Fanny ever known as a? When did it become butt?
Your Fanny?
Yeah, your Fanny. Like,
I don't know because
somebody
Fanny
named
is like a
Fanny.
Can you
1920s
Google that
name.
real quick? What
Isn't
was
it?
the
Fanny is like a
origin of
1920s name.
Fanny?
I mean, I've never met a Fanny.
No, I haven't.
Well, in Europe, it's not the butt. It's something
No,
else.
there is there's I don't know what the full Greek name is, but it's Fani. Which we could have named one of our kids Fani if we wanted to, but Tasso and I were like, no, we cannot. We're not gonna name our kids Fani because his grandmother's name was Fani, which is Fanny, and we're like, no,
Or funny.
Yeah, I was thinking funny.
Are you funny?
Oh, you're funny.
Well, it's interesting because he has a cousin that we call her Kevi. Like for Kevin, it's Kevi because her whole Greek name is Paraskevi. And so everybody just called her Kevi. Because how are you going to say that? You know what I mean? Like I get that people, you know, in Greece, it's totally normal. You're call and roll, and there's like 3 Paraskevis, but you're here. You're like, I'll just call me Kevi.
I know. If you go to other countries, my wife's like, my name means love and beautiful. I'm like, well, you say it wrong here, I'd get my ass kicked.
You can't.
You got to be careful there.
That is so funny.
How about one just short one? Here we go.
I went from Leatherwood to Cribley. It doesn't hit the same.
Cribley.
Yeah, Leatherwood sounds like
Leatherwood.
Cribley sounds like an animated villain.
Yeah.
Cribley again. Foiled by Cribley.
Leatherwood sounds like a cologne.
Sandalwood? Wait, what'd you say? Sandalwood?
Leatherwood.
Or Leatherwood.
Yeah, Leatherwood.
Sorry.
Definitely sounds
I
like a
was
man's
thinking-
cologne.
Featherington.
A rich man.
Featherington.
Yes, and then sandalwood
Leatherwood.
is a candle.
Yeah.
We got all off on
Yes,
that one.
yes.
A lot of wood in there, though.
Patchouli and sandalwood.
Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
So this is good news. Texas drivers have only a few months left to worry about vehicle inspections. Last year, legislators approved a bill eliminating the process of the registration renewal for non-commercial vehicles. The law goes into effect January 1st. Drivers will become solely responsible for the safety of their vehicles. Despite vehicle safety inspections becoming a thing of the past, vehicles registered in emissions counties still will be required to take an emissions test, but no more inspection stickers.
Nice.
I know.
Are
the
we
question
in?
Kevin's really excited about that one.
Yeah. Are we in emissions?
2007
Like,
truck.
are we in that county, the emissions county?
I don't
bet we
know.
are.
I hope
I
so.
bet we still have to do the same dang thing.
Well, an emissions test isn't the same as getting the inspection and all that.
Well, then you can't get your
Yeah,
registration if your
it won't
admissions
pass.
are expired. I
If
mean,
the admission
or
doesn't
bad.
pass, you don't get the sticker.
Okay.
So I guess we're not so excited.
So the Astros completed a deal yesterday to acquire left-hander Yusei Kikuchi. Look. I mean, I know it's Yusei.
Some of last names
because I was actually, watching a clip and he said Yusei. It's funny because this guy, when he comes up to bat, he used to play for the Blue Jays.
That's what he traded, yeah.
And when he came up to bat, they'd always play the beginning of Lisa Loeb. Yusei.
That's how you know it's his name.
That's what they did. Yeah, for real. So the left-hander from Japan is in the final season of his 3-year, $36 million contract and will be owed the rest of his $10 million salary this season before becoming a free agent. Now, in return, the Astros sent pitcher Jake Bloss, outfitter Joey Loperfido, and infield prospect Will Wagner to the Blue Jays.
Bill Wagner from the Astros' past son.
I don't know that one.
I just thought we got fleeced. Everyone I look,
It's a
I
big-
read everything. Everyone's like,
Gave
man,
up a lot for
it's
that.
embarrassing. The whole country's laughing at us. Like,
Oh,
David
they are?
Brown, that's embarrassing. You made that trade.
I think it's a bad trade.
For a rental.
Well, I
Like,
know
you only
that-
get the guy for 3 months.
Wait, what do you mean?
And then he becomes a free agent.
So we gave away 3 guys that we had under control for 3 years.
I think they're basically saying, like, man, we do not have a lot in our starting lineup.
But they need help.
Well, he did say we are definitely looking for a starting pitcher. We need a starting pitcher.
Price is so high, they're desperate to get
So
an
we
arm.
knew that something was going to happen, but anyway.
It's a Band-Aid. That's all it
That's
is.
okay.
Right?
Pedro
We'll see.
Leon is coming to the Astros from Sugarland
Space Cowboys.
He's up there today, so hopefully he'll play.
Awesome.
And we choked late yesterday. We were 2-2, and gave up a 3-run homer.
Come on.
And then we had bases loaded, 2 out.
Bottom of the
They
ninth.
walked Jordan, so then it was 5-3, and then we got out and lost.
Oh.
Well, hopefully it goes better today. And then tomorrow is Friends theme night at the Astros game. Everything Friends themed.
Are you going?
Of course. So fun. Thanks, Cliff and Lori. I can't wait for that hookup. It's going to be so fun. Don't forget, we're just minutes away from the big announcement. What's the announcement? What artist is coming to Houston? Has this artist been here before? Why is Sam going to flip a table if she doesn't get some tickets to go?
This is the one she'll
We'll
fight for
find
this.
out the artist that's coming to town in our big concert announcement, and you're going to hear Revenge, where somebody's been wrong, they made it right, and we're all going to find out about it next on the Roula and Ryan Show. Bam, bam.
Bam, 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 bam.
Beep, beep.